Has Ferrari finally found its edge in Monaco? Ferrari has broken the myth. Charles Leclerc was fastest in both Friday sessions, Hamilton was right on his back, and Verstappen? He was seen sliding down the order. After a season of frustration, Ferrari suddenly looks like the team to beat, or is it all just Monaco magic? Leclerc's home hero status is glowing, but behind that 1 minute, 11 seconds, 355 milliseconds lap, there's tension, history, and questions waiting to explode on Saturday. Hamilton's hunting a record no one's ever touched. Is Verstappen's struggle real or just part of the plan? What's really going on behind the timesheets? Hit that like and subscribe button, and let's dive into the details. Charles Leclerc came out firing on all cylinders in Monaco, turning heads with a double dose of speed that put him at the top of both practice sessions on Friday. His FP2 time was not just the best of the day, it made a very strong statement. After a rough outing in Imola where Ferrari looked completely off the pace, nobody expected the red cars to be flying around the streets of Monte Carlo. But Leclerc successfully changed the narrative. What made his pace even more impressive was how he recovered from early drama. In the opening 10 minutes of FP1, he clipped the back of Lance Stroll's Aston Martin at the Laus hairpin and broke his front wing. He came into the pits, got the nose replaced, and got right back to business. That kind of bounce back shows just how comfortable he is on this circuit. He's been on pole 3 times here before, and he clearly hasn't lost the touch. He said, "Let's say the Friday has been very positive for us. I've been feeling pretty good with the car. It hasn't started the way I wanted with the crash with Lance, but after that, it has been pretty smooth, and I'm happy overall with the car." Behind him, championship leader Oscar Piastri finished second, despite crashing. Hamilton was close too. Verstappen? Down in 10th. Leclerc owns Monaco on Friday, but Sunday is not far either. So while Leclerc flexed for Ferrari, Hamilton quietly lined up his shot. Lewis Hamilton may not have topped the timesheets on Friday, but his performance was exactly what you'd expect from a 7-time world champion. Smart, smooth, and quietly dangerous. After finishing FP1 in the 9th, he stepped it up in FP2, clocking the 3rd fastest time, just a 10th of a second behind his Ferrari teammate Charles Leclerc. It wasn't flashy, but it was effective. And that's what makes Hamilton so lethal around Monaco. What really stood out was his attitude. He called driving the Monaco circuit the best roller coaster ride of the year, and it wasn't just talk. He looked comfortable. More importantly, he wasn't scrambling to find pace. He's chasing something big this weekend. If he wins, Hamilton becomes the first F1 driver ever to win Monaco with 3 different teams. After a solid 4th place at Imola in this strong Friday form, he's right in the mix. And even struggling Max Verstappen could not stop himself from praising Ferrari. Max Verstappen does not usually look rattled, but after FP2, he was visibly off. The Red Bull garage went aggressive with setup changes between sessions, and it blew up in their face. Max went from P2 in FP1 to a wild 10th in FP2, over 7 tenths off Leclerc. In Monaco, that's an eternity. He admitted, "I think we just overdid it a little bit, so then I just couldn't really attack the corners anymore how I would like." Still, let's not pretend Red Bull's out of it. They're known for bouncing back on Saturdays. Verstappen has a habit of looking average on Friday, then blowing the doors off come qualifying. But for now, they're chasing. Even Verstappen gave Ferrari credit. He said, "I'm also quite confident that we can be a lot closer, but Ferrari again looks very, very fast." That's not something he says lightly. If Red Bull doesn't fix their problems, Max could have traffic in Q3, and nobody wants that. Meanwhile, even with the Ferrari's impressive outing, Leclerc is pumping the brakes emotionally. Despite leading both sessions, Charles Leclerc is keeping his emotions in the garage. When asked if he believes the pace will last,
Charles, that roar that we got when you were on provisional pole took me back to last year. I know you missed.
He flatly said, "I'm not convinced. Ferrari has been burned here before, just ask him about 2021. He called the day very positive, but emphasized Monaco Fridays are deceptive. The conditions are weird, the track evolves like crazy, and everyone's just getting their references. But there's no denying he looked comfortable. The car let him push, especially through the slow speed stuff. That's been Ferrari's Achilles heel all year until now." Hamilton backed up the mood. He's feeling better in the car, but still sees places to improve. Pointing to specific corners like Turn 1, he said, "There's more to find in my driving, in lines, in my braking. But the car, there are subtle changes we need to make, but I will not be making many changes at all." That's the mark of a driver in sync. Not throwing changes at the wall, just refining what's already working. Ferrari's slow corner traction hasn't gone yet. While Ferrari digs for answers, Piastri's dialing in for a statement lap. Oscar Piastri's day was peak Monaco chaos. In FP1, he was fast. In FP2, he was faster, second quickest overall. But in between, he made a mess. He planted his McLaren into the Sant-Devote barriers and lost crucial time. Still, he ended up just 0.038 off Leclerc's top time and praised Ferrari afterwards, saying, "I think clearly Ferrari are looking a lot stronger here than they have done." What stands out is how honest Piastri is. He called his day very messy, no excuses, and no drama. His words only told the facts. But he knows the pace is in the car. He knows qualifying is the race here, and you can tell he's locked in. He said, "When we get everything together, it's quite good. McLaren isn't far off." Lando Norris, his teammate, was right in the mix. P3 in one session, P4 in the other. He says it's all about getting the little things right. Braking zones, tire temp, grip feel. Basically, Monaco's speciality. Piastri looks ready to pounce. The car's good, the speed's there, he just needs a clean run. But Monaco's a one-lap war and the real test is still ahead. Here's where it gets more interesting. Ferrari looks like the team to beat right now. Leclerc looks flying. Hamilton is finally looking consistent, but Monaco's race is on. That's when everyone finally stops holding back. McLaren and Red Bull are lurking. Piastri and Norris have a raw pace and just need clean laps. Red Bull, they're wounded but dangerous. Verstappen always finds time when it counts, and Red Bull's overnight gains are legendary. But Ferrari might be better suited to this circuit than anyone realized. They're not running the compromised high-speed setups they've struggled with since China. Still, Monaco's margins are razor thin. The long-run pace on mediums? Norris and Hamilton were identical. Leclerc on hards? A tenth off. So the race pace is tight. The difference will come down to execution, tire prep, and pure nerve. If Leclerc puts it on pole, he becomes the man to beat. If Hamilton edges him, the history books could get an update. If Verstappen rebounds, we're in for a classic. One thing's for sure, Saturday's qualifying isn't just important, it's everything. At the end of the video, here's a quick overview of the details we learned so far. Leclerc was lightning fast but cautious. Hamilton looked calm, confident, and closer than ever. Piastri and Verstappen fumbled the balance but still can be hiding wild cards. But Ferrari? Possibly at their mechanical best, right where it counts most in Monaco. This weekend could change everything. Will Leclerc finally deliver under pressure at home? Can Hamilton turn Friday's speed into glory? Who will take the pole and who will win on Sunday? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button for more updates. See you in the next video.